All right, so today we are dissecting the kidney, and so I'm just going to take it out of its package. It probably has less fluid than the pig had, so you don't have to worry so much about that. I'm just going to cut open this bag that the kidney came in. And you'll notice that there's blue and pink, and so the veins and arteries have been injected with latex, just like they were in the pig, so we can get an idea of which vessels we're looking at. So here is our kidney specimen. And again, this is a pretty easy dissection. So the kidney is being shaped, and we have this hilum right here where we have the blood vessels and the ureters, and so you'll notice that there is a rubber band around these, and so you can remove the rubber band. Just be careful because we don't want to splash anything, and the rubber band more often than not is going to break. That has been my experience with it. All right, so here you can see this is the renal artery. We can see that pretty clearly. Everything else is kind of a mess. Would be the ureter, but I'm not seeing veins that are really popping out at me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to cut along this edge. And the longer and smoother your cuts can be, the nicer it's going to look when you're on the inside. And so I'm just going to take my scalpel and I'm going to dig in and try not to saw as much as possible. Okay. And it's going to take a few trips around the kidney. Go this way. And again, you are going to have to go back and forth, but try not to saw too much. The smoother your cuts, the nicer it will look on the inside. Okay, and once you've gotten one stretch through, you can take another turn, and so we're starting to see the inside. Okay, and so when I'm cutting with the kidney flat, I'm going to keep my hand flat. I certainly do not want to cut my hand instead of the kidney. Okay, and again, some sawing you're going to have to do, but try to keep it to a minimum. Had so much good luck with dissections this semester, and I'm worried that this is going to be my first less than perfect dissection, but what can you do? Okay. Almost there. Okay. All right. So it's not perfect, but it's not awful. So I'm going to put the better half of the kidney over here, and we'll see what we can see. Actually, both of them have their pluses and their minuses. Okay, so the blood here, I guess I'm going to start with this part of the kidney. Okay, so we had here's the renal artery, And so the renal artery is going to branch here. These are the segmental arteries. And then here we're between the pyramids. So these are the interlobar arteries. There's not really a spot where you can see really nice arcuate arteries. Here's the arcuate vein. But the arcuate arteries are going to be, oh, I don't think you could see everything I wanted you to see. So these are those segmental arteries. These are the interlobar arteries. And then coming up and around are the arcuate arteries. And then radiating through the cortex are the cortical radiate arteries. And so in the cortex, this is where all those glomerular corpuscles are, okay? And so the nephron loop is going to descend into the pyramids. And the collecting ducts also go all the way through the pyramids. Okay, and so we have those medullary pyramids. Here's the papillae of the medullary pyramid. And so where the urine is released from the pyramid is a minor calyx. So here's a minor calyx. There's another minor calyx over here. So this area right here would be a major calyx. And this kind of broad area is the renal pelvis. Okay, so here's a minor calyx. Here's a minor calyx, so this would be the major calyx. And again, renal pelvis. So coming in from the cortical radiate veins. So here we have the cortical radiate veins coming in, the arcuate veins, and we actually had a fairly decent arcuate vein on this one. Right here, you can kind of see that arcuate vein coming around. Interlobar veins. Remember, the veins are the blue, so here's a nice interlobar vein. This one's a little broken. And then from the interlobar veins, it goes to the renal veins. There's no segmental veins. Okay, so that covers the parts that I expect you to know for the kidney.